college football season is starting after experiencing delays amid the pandemic. San Jose State University's football team is ready to tackle the season. Learn about people's experience with contracting the coronavirus and how they're feeling after their recovery. We'll also show you how schools keep students motivated while seniors battle senioritis.
Update News starts now.
From the School of Journalism and Mass Communications at San Jose State University, your source for what's happening with a fresh perspective on today's issues. You're watching Update News.
Welcome to Update News. I'm Jasmine King.
And I'm Jennifer Hernandez.
Today we will have live reports from San Jose, Santa Cruz, and Fresno County.
But first, in San Jose, football is back at SJSU after receiving the green light for practices. Spartans are pumped to get their game on while following COVID guidelines. The team is now at their home stadium, getting ready to start a late season.
The Spartans are home after their fall camp 2020. The team practiced at Humboldt State because of the COVID restrictions affecting SJSU campus. As soon as Santa Clara County switched to the orange level last week, the Spartans packed their bags.
Humboldt for the 12 days we were there, just to give us a chance to prepare, was incredibly valuable.
Head coach Brent Brennan is leading the team for the fourth year in a row.
Humboldt State, fall camp 2020. Let's go.
The team is now back at the CEFCU Stadium, but due to the pandemic, it's having its latest season start since 1936. Saturday, the team will open the season by hosting the Air Force. Although the stadium will be closed to audiences, you can still enjoy the game from home.
FS1 is the television outlet that will be carrying this game from CEFCU Stadium. There is a new flagship station for our radio network. It is KDOW, KDOW 1220 AM, 96.3 FM.
You can stay up to date by joining SJSU's weekly press conference via Zoom every Monday.
The Spartans closed out the 2019 season with a 17-18 victory over Fresno State.
The leading medical expert on coronavirus is set to speak with Santa Clara County public health officials next week. Dr. Anthony Fauci, County public health officials next week. Dr. Anthony Fauci will discuss plans for containing the virus amid the reopenings. Dr. Fauci will also be speaking to San Jose State next month as the journalism school honors him with the Hearst Award. Santa Clara County Public Health Department reported 137 additional coronavirus cases Wednesday. Although new cases are arising, people continue to recover as well. Fernanda Del Velasco has been speaking with some of them and is standing by with a live report from San Jose. Fernanda?
Jasmine, the coronavirus pandemic has affected people worldwide, even people within our own communities. Many have been able to recover and are here to tell their stories.
Carolina Villa is one of the 8 million Americans who have come down with coronavirus, but she's one of the lucky ones. More than 2,000 Americans have died.
It wasn't as I expected, just because I heard a lot of people say that it wouldn't be that bad for teenagers.
Villa is a 17-year-old student who was sick for more than 2 weeks.
I lost my senses, and it took me probably 10 days to get them back. So
it was very mentally draining, moments where I felt like I really wasn't gonna make it.
Emigdia is another student who contracted COVID, although after a month she recovered, her path was not easy.
I saw my mom suffer COVID with me, and it was something that for a moment frightened me. Didn't think that we were gonna get through it.
An estimated 80% of cases are mild, and people have recovered from COVID-19, although going through the experience seems to take a mental toll on people as well. Dr. Lauren Hidalgo from SJSU's Health Center says taking care of your mental health is as important.
I think when we talk about health, of course, we always want to talk about our physical health, staying well, as well as our psychological health.
Advice that has been repeated many times, as well as staying safe to stop the spread.
When you love someone, you want to take the precautions of making sure they're taken care of.
Doctors recommend taking the necessary precautions to avoid experiencing COVID-19, like wearing face masks, social distancing, avoiding crowded places, and washing your hands often.
Something that I definitely wouldn't want to experience again.
Dr. Hidalgo says getting your flu shot is essential this winter. The SJSU Health Center is open for free flu shots for SJSU students. Live in San Jose, Fernanda de Velasco, Update News.
The pandemic has affected students all over the world, creating a severe impact on the life of many of them. Kenya Caballero has been talking with high school students in San Jose to see how they are coping with the changes. She joins us now live with more. Kenya?
Jennifer, I spoke with students at Cristo Rey High School in San Jose, and they are doing their best to end the year strong.
Being a senior in high school is already a hard task, and distance learning has made it even more of a challenge for Cristo Rey High School seniors. They are still learning to adapt.
I have a lot going on, and it's hard like managing my time. Also, I have like 2 siblings at home, and then this little girl comes over and it's loud and distracting.
Students are not the only ones struggling. Faculty, staff, and teachers are doing their best to assist students.
Teachers went into online learning in March last year without the tools that they necessarily needed to engage students in online learning.
Assistant Principal Irene Castillon says administration and instructional leaderships went through various conferences during the summer in order to learn tools to better engage students. But even with all the new changes, students are still having trouble adapting. But that's not the only thing that worries students and faculty. With college applications coming up soon, they are worried for what might happen. The school is talking about the possibility to reopening in tiers to help seniors struggling with college applications.
We have a CCR period, which is college career readiness, and it's only 1 hour once a week, which isn't the best, but counselors stay after school. You can G-chat them.
If we were in person, they would see their college and career readiness class like 3 times a week. And so we went from 3 times a week to like once or twice.
Castillon says they are taking student feedback and making changes in order to better help them in their college process.
Cristo Rey's goal is to get 100% of their students to a 4-year college in San Jose. Kenya Caballero, Update News.
When Update News returns, Hoi Shen Chung will join us with arts and entertainment.
We'll look at how the month of October is cultivating new ways to stay festive and entertained. Movie theaters struggle to keep businesses open with COVID closures. What does the future hold for them?
This Halloween season is creating new ways to get screams out of horror seekers, and you don't have to leave your car.
And halfway across the country, we'll see how Nashville music is a hot topic. Nashville, Tennessee is the capital of the world's most live music performances, festivals, and songwriting. Some say it's the home of music that feeds the soul, even during a pandemic. Home of live music, concerts, festivals, and performances, this is the place that music runs deep. Crowds of people have swarmed in from all across the country to perform in the city of music.
First time here. I'm from Cambridge, Vermont, and I'm traveling cross country right now.
But due to COVID-19, some artists have struggled to keep their music alive and make ends meet to survive.
Only affected us for about 4 weeks. Not really too much, because we saved up money, so we had money either way it went.
Managed to slow me down in a way that was good for me mentally, and It also gave me so much opportunity to write even more songs.
Due to the pandemic, making a living as an artist is difficult, for many musicians have lost gigs and have resorted to playing on the streets.
I lost so many jobs over the summer, both because they were canceled, and then a lot of them were weather dependent because I was getting outside jobs, and it would rain, and so I wouldn't get to play.
In a world of crisis, these musicians in Nashville are trying to motivate people by giving them something good to listen, in hopes to lift their spirit.
My songs, I try to reach out to people to give them real life and show them that there are struggles and addictions and mental health, and that's what I'm trying to do, make awareness of mental health.
For these artists, COVID-19 will not stop them from doing what they are most passionate about. Although the COVID-19 pandemic has generated a barrier for artists to perform, many musicians are ambitious to feed the soul of people through their music and strive to be heard, even if it means playing on the streets.
And now we have Hui-Shen Chung with a look at arts and entertainment.
Oh, wow, it's been a while since I've been to the movies. I wonder how that's going.
Good news, movie lovers. Movie theaters are welcoming guests again. A favorite hangout place in Santa Cruz is the historic Del Mar Theater, and is welcoming audience members back again after 6 months of shutdown.
Pacific Avenue is coming alive now that Santa Cruz County is under the orange status of coronavirus restrictions. These two sentences on the Del Mar Theater say it all.
When my friend told me that the Del Mar had reopened, it was like, yes, excellent, good news.
The Del Mar is home to art and independent movies, popular among Santa Cruz locals. To eliminate the risk of theater spreading spot coronavirus, audience must keep their masks on when they are in the theater and can take them off only for eating. But that doesn't bother movie lovers.
Been waiting for months and months, hoping it would happen, because my friend and I over there, we were avid movie goers for many, many years.
To ensure public safety, Landmark Theaters here and 16 other locations has reduced showtime, limited seat capacity to 25%, are fogging auditoriums after each show, and cleaning off every corner.
Since its reopening, the theater strictly reinforced the CDC COVID-19 guideline based on the Cinema Safe program.
Like other industry, movie theater took a big hit during the pandemic. But the Vice President of Marketing and Publicity, Margot Gerber, says its future is bright.
Movie business is going to have a huge boom because people have missed it so much, they want to come back. So it might actually spawn new moviegoers because people are looking for that experience again.
Some movie theater nationwide might suffer from lack of commercial content coming out of Hollywood because of the pandemic, but since the Del Mar catered to independent movies, there is no shortage of supply. With the Halloween around the corner, haunted houses are now shifting to haunted drive-thru. The Pirates of Emerson is a popular attraction to a safe place to get into Halloween spirits. Nicole Albler is live in Venetia with frightening details. Nicole.
Shen, hundreds of cars have made the trip to visit Alameda Fairgrounds to experience this year's Pirates of Emerson Haunted House drive-thru. 10 acres are dedicated to this haunted attraction, keeping the Halloween spirit alive.
What started out as a small haunted house in someone's backyard turned into nearly 3 decades worth of scares for locals.
Yeah, in our third year in the yard, we had like 3,000 people through in 2 nights, and they shut us down. So we either had to quit doing it or go commercial, and here we are 29 years later.
Pirates of Emerson moved to the Alameda Fairgrounds back then. It is still here, but with one major change this year. With COVID creating a number of restrictions, owners decided a drive-thru is the safest, most effective way to host this year's haunt.
Well, mostly, the interactive, you're not as close to people, but the frights are the same. Like, it's still scare the hell out of people.
I heard that the fact that it was a drive-thru this year made it easier for people who are easily scared to go through the drive-thru.
Even from a car, visitors here can count on Halloween.
The whole community, the Bay Area, is excited, I think, about what we're doing and not letting Halloween get canceled this year, you know, and it's really something special to do.
Music, costumes, and effects continue to scare participants.
I think during COVID it's hard wearing masks, but I think it was so much fun and great that something was open during Halloween, some events to go to, and now we're sold out, so that's really awesome.
At first, it was a concern that like people won't get scared, but it's actually pretty similar. But it's just like the distance now is different.
You know, you drive through all of the scenes rather than driving by things, and I think it's something that everybody's gonna love.
Scare seekers have flooded through the gates, and this year tickets have sold out early. But owners have decided to open a few more nights for the Halloween spirit.
So there's still going to be tickets for people to come out and experience this whole thing. It's very unique adventure.
With numbers being limited, Wednesday nights as well as the first Friday and Saturday in November are now open for the Pirates of Emerson attraction. Live in Benicia, Nicole Alvalar, Update News.
This does it for art and entertainment. Jennifer and Jasmine, seems like there's more to do than just stay home this fall.
The weather is shifting from summer to fall. Let's take a look at this week's weather.
When we return, we'll get the forecast from Joshua Gilman.
Now we have student meteorologist Joshua Gilman with the 5-day forecast. Joshua?
It is actually looking like a really nice weekend across the Bay Area. Temperatures will be mild, and it is going to be sunny and crisp, bringing the perfect atmosphere of autumn. Looking at the U.S. 3 to 7 future hazards outlook issued by the National Weather Service, we see that up until next week, it is going to be calm out here in the Bay Area, with no warnings or watches issued compared to the rest of the country. Now, going to the 5-day forecast, starting in Santa Cruz, their high temperatures will be pretty nice, mainly in the upper 60s into the high 70s, and low temperatures will begin to get a bit cold, ranging mainly in the mid-40s. Up in San Francisco, they're going to be looking similar to Santa Cruz, with high temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s, and the low temperatures will mainly be in the low 50s. Over in Oakland, their high temperatures will be slightly warmer, with the range mainly in the low 70s, and the low temperatures will be in the low 50s. Finally, in San Jose, we're going to be the warmest out of all the Bay, but it is still going to be nice. The high temperatures are mainly going to be in the low to mid 70s, and the low temperatures will be in the upper 40s. Thanks everyone, and enjoy the nice autumn weekend.
And now for a look at SJSU's upcoming events. This Saturday, students can check out the 23rd annual Dia de los Muertos Festival, which will be virtually live streamed on Facebook. The virtual celebration will have storytelling, singing, and Aztec dance, and more. For details on this event, contact the SJSU Martin Luther King Jr. Library. And every Tuesday, Spartans can see how faculty and other students are spending their time beyond the classroom at the virtual event Chicana and Chicano Pláticas. To participate in the online activity, contact the Chicana and Chicano students for more information. These are just some of the SJSU activities you can check out from home.
And that does it for this week's edition of Update News.
For all of us here, thanks for joining us and see you next week.